Today we have a very special FLDetours episode. Alex Roy finally got his chance to buy the car of his dreams in Ohio. Ohio! It's a Citroen SM. Enjoy.
Of all Citroens, the SM has always been my dream car, which is why we're here in Mount Vernon, Ohio with Dennis Foley. Dennis, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us about the car we're about to drive.
Okay, I'm Dennis Foley, and I'm membership coordinator and secretary-treasurer of CCNA, Citroen Club of North America. And we're going to take a ride in our Citroen SM here.
And if you can be kind to me, don't make fun of the scarf I wore just for this occasion.
Okay.
It's a Citroen SM fan's driving scarf. I can't wait to get going.
Okay.
Compared to the D, this is really a bomb. D was pretty slow, even in its final fuel injected. That's really amazing. It really is a wonderful car. It's the opposite of everything I think I love about cars, and yet I love it. And you can either take your see a big lever down underneath there. Oh, this one. Towards you or pull it up. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm sure you got it where you want it. You wanted it further away, yeah. Is that what you wanted? But I now have the world's greatest Citroen driving position. This car just became mine. I just felt I just went from wanting this car to falling absolutely in love with this car. The stereo position. Well, I mean, that's you go on your first date with a woman you've had a crush on for years, and you realize that the table of the restaurant is not bolted to the floor, that you can move it, that you can move your chairs closer together, and that's what just happened. Yeah, the third hand you've been playing pocketball. Okay.
Dennis, what makes this car so unique and special, even to this day?
It's a timeless design, and this was Citroen's one and only attempt at making a GT car.
What made this car so revolutionary the year it came out?
Okay, this was a car. It was designed in a wind tunnel. It's shaped like a teardrop if you look at it from above. It's got a 8-inch wider front track than the rear, and no other car has that.
And so obviously that is better for fuel economy.
Yes.
And how much does this car weigh?
This car weighs in at like 3,250 pounds.
So what kind of fuel economy was this car getting back in? What year did it come out?
Okay, it came out in the end of 1970. It was on the highway. You could expect 22 to 24 miles a gallon. That's what I get with this.
And what kind of range could this car actually?
In
Really
excess of 400 miles on a tank of fuel. Yes.
Which means you have to have the fuel tank is more than.
Well, the tank is slightly larger than 20 gallons.
So 25% larger than almost any fuel tank today.
Yeah, they're small now. Yeah, and in some areas you can read about it. The main intent was to get somebody from Paris down to the Riviera on one tank of gas.
And to get fuel economy in the low 20s in 1970?
Right, 70, 71, yes.
Hard to believe.
Yes. Yes, if you consider your typical Buick Electra 225 was about 8 miles to the gallon, yes.
Yeah, and my Caddy Eldorado, late 70s, is getting about 6 miles to the gallon.
So.
Unbelievable. Tell us about the one thing that makes this car special beyond the fuel economy, beyond the design.
Okay, one thing that this car shared with the sedan, the DS, that it was made at the same time is its very unique suspension system. The car has no springs. You're riding on 4 bubbles of nitrogen that's buffered with hydraulic fluid. So it has no springs at all. And it's able to compensate for weight, and in fact you can even jack the car up. It has 5 different ride heights, and you can jack the car up and change a tire without using a jack at all.
Really?
Mhm.
Really? And you can demonstrate that
Absolutely.
right now?
Yes, I can.
I'd like to see that.
Okay. So right now it's in its ride height. And what I have to do in order to bring it in jacking mode is put it all the way in the high position. See it raise up. And you got a little guy right here. Put it into. Now you put it in the lowest position. This whole side of this car will lift up now. Now another unique thing about these and the D, you can drive these around with one of the rear tires missing. You could take it off, it'll compensate for that. See, there it is. You can change your tire completely off the ground.